Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now, before you start shouting, oh my goodness, I am not going to be able to do that. It looks so complicated. This isn't, and you can do it. You can do it. I'm going to show you this. Now, all this, it looks extremely complicated, but it's only a row of chains and then a row of UK treble crochets, a chain one and a treble crochet. If you're in the USA, these are double crochets for you. It's the same stitches, they just have different names. Now that row, you'll do that. You've got a double crochet, a chain one and a double crochet. And then you're back to doing that. It's so quick, but look how complicated it looks. It isn't. The other row is just these chains. You'll do a UK double crochet, a chain one, a double crochet. You're going to do these long chains, your double crochets, long chain, double crochet, long chain. It is so quick. And look at this is what you have on the front. It makes it look like a herringbone on the front of this. You get a nice straight edge as well on both sides. You get nice straight edges too. And look at the dimension on this. Look at this. You can't see if that side's white. Look at this. It is so pretty, but honestly it's just two rows. It's this chain row and this back row. Once you get through the foundation rows, this is a little doddle because you can see exactly where you're going. This is the back. It's really pretty on the back as well. You can use any yarn for this. Use any yarn that you want. Use the hook size it tells you on your label. And the stitch count for this is 12. You'll do sets of 12 stitches. 12, 12, 12, 12. As many as you want. Now I've done this pretty sample. It is a really pretty stitch. Look at this. A little bit different from zigzags and waves. It's a little combination and it really is only two rows. A chain row and this row. So we're going to do this in sets of 12. Then you're going to add 4 stitches at the end. So do your chain the length that you want in sets of 12. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've done my sets of 12. You do as many sets of 12 as you want your blanket to be. Just keep doing sets of 12 and when it's wide enough you're going to add an extra 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now into that very first stitch, the very first one, you're going to do a UK double crochet. If you're in the USA, this is a single crochet. It's the same stitch, it's just got a different name. So go into that stitch, pull your yarn through, yarn over and come through those 2 loops. You're going to chain 1, skip 1 stitch and do a double crochet into the next stitch. You're going to do that all the way along. Chain 1, skip 1 and double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1 and double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. All the way to the end. So you're going to chain 1, turn your work around, so into the very first stitch you're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch and double crochet into the next stitch. You're going to chain 1, skip a stitch, and you're going to do a UK treble crochet. If you're in the USA, that's a double crochet for you. It's the same stitch, just a different name. So chain 1, skip 1 and do a treble crochet. Now you need 4 treble crochets along. So chain 1, skip 1 and then treble crochet into the stitch. Chain 1, skip the chain space and treble crochet into the stitch. So we've got 1, 2, 3, chain 1, skip 1 and treble crochet into the stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 and then double crochet, chain 1, skip that chain and double crochet into the next one. Then you're going to chain 1 and you're going to do those 4 treble crochets again. Skip 1, treble crochet. Remember, we've done our chain there, so chain 1, that's 1 done, skip 1, treble crochet into that one, chain 1, skip 1 and treble crochet into that stitch. So we've got 1, 2, 3, chain 1, skip 1 and into that stitch. So that's has got our 4. Chain 1, skip 1, do a double crochet down, chain 1, skip 1 and double crochet into that double crochet there. Going to chain 1 and we're going to do our last 4 treble crochets. So it's skip 1, treble crochet, chain 1, skip 1, treble crochet, chain 1, skip 1, treble crochet, chain 1, skip 1 and treble crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, you're going to double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, skip the next stitch there and you're going to double crochet into this last stitch in there. So at the end and at the beginning you'll always have a double crochet, chain 1 and a double crochet. So this is what you have now. Get your yarn and your hook and rewind the video and do those 2 rows. Now we can see where our treble crochets are. It's going to be easy. Go to chain 1 and turn. Right into the very first stitch, do your double crochet, chain 1 and do a double crochet into this stitch. That's your little chain space. So do your double crochet into there, into the stitch, not the chain space. Going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to count 1, 2 posts and go down here to this chain space down here, and you're going to do a double crochet. It's going to lock the chain in and do your double crochet. I'll show you that again. So I've got my chain of 5, skip 1 space, 2 spaces, and then into the chain space here you're going to do a double crochet. Just pull through and then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You're going to skip these two posts or the these spaces, and here is your double crochet, your chain 1 and your double crochet. You're going to skip these and double crochet into the top of this one, chain 1 and double crochet into that. So skip that stitch there, so skip the chain space and go into the double crochet with a double crochet, chain 5, 1 2 3 4 5, skip 2 spaces and go down into the chain space. So you're skipping that space and that space and go down here. Once you've got this first row of chains on, you'll see exactly where you're going to go for the next row. So don't give up and don't stop watching. Just keep watching the video, because after this row it'll get really easy, because all your stitches are in place. So skip 2 spaces and then go down to that chain space down here and do a double crochet, chain 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Now move over to your double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet. So into these little stitches here, you're going to double crochet into the first one, do your chain 1 and double crochet into the next stitch, chain 5, 1 2 3 4 5, skip 2 spaces, 1 2. Now down here in the middle one, you're going to do a double crochet down here in this chain space, the little chain, pull through, chain 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Now move up to your double crochets that you have here. Just skip here and move to the stitches. You've got a double crochet, a chain space and a double crochet. We're going to be going into that double crochet, do a double crochet, chain 1, skip that little chain space and go into that double crochet. And this is what you have, your first set of chains. Now it's going to get really easy now, because you know where you're going, you know where your stitches are. You're going to be able to do this a lot easier. So chain 1 and turn, go right into that first stitch with a double crochet, chain 1, skip the space and go into that double crochet. Now just move the chain out of the way. If you move the chain out of the way, you can see your 4 treble crochets. To move the chain, going to chain 1 and go to the top of your treble crochet and do another treble crochet. That's 1, chain 1, move to the next treble crochet, that's 2, chain 1, move to the next one, that's 3, chain 1, move to the next one, and that's 4, chain 1, and then you'll find your 2 double crochets again, a double crochet, a chain 1 and a double crochet, and that's what you're going to do here. So double crochet, chain 1 and into that double crochet, chain 1, move the chain that you've got here out of the way, and there's your 4 treble crochets. So you've done your chain 1, skip that stitch there and go on to your treble crochet and do another one, chain 1, treble crochet, chain 1, move to the next one, that's your third one, chain 1. So this whole row you'll have chain 1s in between your stitches, treble crochet, chain 1, and then there's your double crochets there. Just look for them. You've got one there, a chain space and a double crochet. So you'll just go down, double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet into the next. Move the chain out of the way and you've got your 4 treble crochets again. So chain 1, you'll chain 1 in between each of your stitches. So into the top of your treble crochet, chain 1, into the top of the next one, chain 1, into the top of the next one, chain 1, and into your 4th one, chain 1, and then there's your 2, a double crochet, a chain 1 and a double crochet. So double crochet into that one, chain 1, you're skipping that little chain stitch and double crochet into the end, chain 1 and turn, and this is what you have. Now watch the video a couple of times. Once you get to this stage, that's it, plain sailing, because when you do your chain you're going to lock it in to this bar here. You're going to skip your 1-2 spaces and wrap around that bar. Now this row is just your chains and your little double crochets in between here. So we've done our chain 1 and turned right into the very first stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip that space and double crochet into this double crochet. Now chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see where your joint is here. You're going into this bar here. So 1, 2 spaces. So skip 2 spaces, 1, 2, and you're going around that bar there and pull through. Do a double crochet. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move over to your 2 double crochets with your chain space. So double crochet into there, chain 1, and then double crochet into that double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 2 spaces, 1, 2, and double crochet around that bar, around there, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this row is just your chains and your little double crochets over here. So I've done my chain of 5, go into that double crochet, chain 1, skip the chain space and go into the next double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 2 spaces and work around. You see where you've joined here, you're just going above and do your double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 2 spaces, skip across to your 2 double crochets that are here, double crochet, chain 1, skip the chain 1 space and double crochet in to the end. And look at that, that is so pretty. Now the way it works on the back, you've got your 4 treble crochet posts, and you'll see this adds to the pattern. You're going around that post, you've got a treble crochet, a space, a treble crochet, you're going around that post a treble crochet, a space and a treble crochet. It keeps the back pretty and it keeps your chains flat down on your work. So you're going to chain 1 and turn, double crochet right into that stitch, and we're going to do the treble crochet row again. So chain 1, skip the chain space and into the double crochet, chain 1. Now move the chain from the front out of the way, and there's your 4 treble crochets. So we've done our chain 1 and we're going into the top of that treble crochet. Not that little stitch there, that belongs on the other side. So chain 1 and go into the treble crochet. Chain 1, move to the next treble crochet, that's your second one. Chain 1, move to the next one, your third one, chain 1, skip that space and into the next one, chain 1, and you'll do your 2 double crochets. Now they might be folded over, so make sure you turn it and find your double crochet, your chain space and your double crochet. So double crochet into that one, chain 1 and double crochet into the next one, chain 1, move that chain out of the way, and you'll do your 4 treble crochets. Just ignore that space there, ignore that chain, because that is on the other side. So look for your treble crochets, make sure you chain 1 and into the top of your treble crochets, chain 1, treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet, chain 1, and fold it back to get to your double crochets here. So double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet into the next, double crochet. Move that chain out of the way so you can see where your treble crochets are. Ignore that one there, ignore that little stitch. So chain 1, make sure you chain 1 in between these stitches, chain 1, chain 1, treble crochet, and these are the 2 rows you'll keep repeating. And once you've done this, you'll see how easy it is. Now chain 1, and there's your double crochet, your chain space and your double crochet. So double crochet into that, chain 1 and double crochet. You're going to chain 1 and turn, and then you're going to do that 5 chain row. So now you can clearly see where you're going and where you're working. There's your 4 treble crochets on the back. You can clearly see the pattern. So I've done my chain 1 and turned. So it's a double crochet to begin with, right into the very first stitch, chain 1 and then into the next double crochet. Now you're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 2 spaces, 1, 2, and go around that bar there. Now you can see where that one is, you're just going into the one right above it, around the one right above it, and do a double crochet. If you're in the USA, that's a single crochet. So chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, move right over to the middle and do your double crochet, lock your chain in, chain 1, skip the chain space, and there's your double crochet there. Do your double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now go across. You can see the bar right above where that one's joining. You don't even need to count the spaces. So you're going under there and pull through, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip over to your double crochets. So double crochet into that one, chain 1, skip the space and double crochet into the next one, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're moving over to where you are above that one, so you're skipping one space, two spaces and going around that bar, around there, and do a double crochet and pull through, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and skip over to your double crochets again. So double crochet into that one, chain 1 and double crochet in to the end. Now you might have more sets of 12 than me, and this is what it looks like. It is so easy. You can see your treble crochets. That's where you're working around the bar up the middle of these treble crochets. So you'll chain 1 and turn, and again double crochet right into the first stitch, keeps your edge nice and straight, chain 1, skip the chain space there and double crochet in to that double crochet. Now you're going to move the bar, move your chains out of the way, just push them down so you can see where your 4 treble crochets are. And remember, don't count that little stitch there. So there's your treble crochets. Chain 1, treble crochet into the top of that one, chain 1, treble crochet into the top of that one, pull it through, chain 1, over to the next one, so that's your third one, chain 1 and over to your treble crochet, chain 1, and then remember and flip so you can see where your 2 little double crochets are. So double crochet into that one, chain 1, skip the chain space and double crochet into that double crochet there, chain 1, move your front chain out of the way so you can see your 4 treble crochets. Now you've got a little stitch there, just ignore it, ignore that stitch. So I've done my chain 1 and I'm going to do my 4 treble crochets. That's 1, chain 1, move over to the next one, that's 2, chain 1, move over to your, that's the third one here, chain 1. See how easy it is. Once you've got this into your head and you can see the pattern, and it looks complicated, but it's not, isn't it? So chain 1 and then you've got your 2 double crochets, so it's a double crochet here, chain 1 and go over to that little double crochet there, then chain 1, find your 4 treble crochets. So we've done our chain 1 into that treble crochet, chain 1, remember all your chain 1s, chain 1 to the next one, chain 1 into the next one, chain 1, and then you've got your 2 double crochets on the end. So double crochet, chain 1 and then double crochet into that end. Then you'll chain 1 and turn and start again. So it looks really complicated, It looks really thick, but it is so pretty. Beautiful for scarves, for cushion covers. Oh, it's going to make some beautiful cushion covers as well. Blankets, throws, afghans, even table runners. You could make a big long one of these as a table runner. I'll get my other one back. And you'll end up with this, and I think this will make a beautiful table runner if you make a big long length. Even a bed runner, it'd be so pretty. Now use whatever yarn you want and use the hook size it tells you on your yarn, and just follow those 2 rows. The row where you're doing your, it's a bit bright with this, the row where you're doing your treble crochets, and the flip row where you're doing those chains of 5, and you're only working in to these double crochets that are here, and it looks so much thicker and so much more complicated, but give it a try. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. It's completely free to subscribe to the channel. And if you click on the bell icon, YouTube will tell you when I put up another tutorial. And once again, thank you so much to everyone who's either been joining and supporting the channel on YouTube or going onto my Ko-fi page and supporting and following the channel there. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.